Joe Zikas from WinnetkaNow. I'm sitting here with Mary Ellen Stalzer from Coldwell Banker's Winnetka North office, and wanted to talk to Mary Ellen about the market, where there's been a slowdown over the past, how long has it been now?
Well, 07, I would say by May of, or June of 07, was when we first really realized, because our spring market that we always find so active, it was taking longer to sell property. I mean, normally we would, be looking at 60 to 90 days, and it was taking a longer time to sell the property. So, although our Winnetka North office had the strongest, the first 5 months of the year were the strongest, so that would have put us into May. And at that time, there just seemed to be a reluctance on the part of buyers to make decisions. What was happening was there was a lot of inventory, which really hurt, because there was so much for them to see that it was confusing to a certain extent. And after a day of looking at property, generally the response was, well, call me next week and let me know what else has come on. So we went through the summer, and then there was...
People were feeling no sense of urgency.
No sense of urgency. And of course, we all know that the media created a certain amount of fear in that, why would you put your house on the market if it was going to take a long time to sell, if it wasn't going to sell, where you had hoped it would sell, and take on the burden of buying another house and having two houses. So it really did, the summer, generally in our market, well, we start out in January, February, March, April, May are historically the busiest time of the year. Then things drop off in June, July, and August, and then there's another peak in September and October, and then November and December, because of the holidays, are slow. What I have found is that we don't have those peaks and valleys anymore. We just have a lot of steady activity. People, by activity, I mean people looking at homes. We don't know now
We're at an open house. It's been fairly busy today.
It has been, and great Sunday responses. And you heard the couple that just left. They said, we've been looking for a house for 2.5 years. Now that kind of tells you something, that they don't have to move. They would like to she had grown up in this neighborhood. They would like to be situated, as she said, and stay here for the next 20 years.
This is a beautiful home that normally would have sold very quickly.
It would. And we've only been on the market for 10 days, so I am optimistic about this, because I think it's been very fairly priced. It's in excellent condition, and it's in a beautiful location. And if homes like this are not selling, then we know that the buyers are becoming so cautious that they're just going to stand back and see what happens during this next year.
Is it a question of prices, Mary Ellen? Are people concerned about price levels, or is it something more?
I don't think it's about prices. I think that we're pricing our homes now very realistically, and this particular home has been through an inspection, and anything that was wrong has been taken care of. So it's not even walking into a 1915 home that you would say, oh my gosh, the plumbing or the electrical, or does it flood? Do we go through all of these things? We don't have any issues here, but not just to speak about this home, I think overall, sellers who are putting their home on at this point have experienced a very slow market, and they do know that if they're motivated, they're going to have to price their homes well, and they're going to have to look good. So that's what I would say to any buyer, or to any seller. Just listen to what we're telling you. We show them, we do a market evaluation, we give them a very good idea of where they should be, and if they listen to what we're telling them, because we as agents do not want to spend the next year of our life sitting with a listing that isn't going to sell because it's overpriced by
your
200.
fingernails off.
That's right.
There are cookies here. There's hot chocolate here. There's a website for the home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of marketing. It looks like some effort has gone into decluttering and staging.
Well, can you
the home,
imagine
so-
having 4 children and having a house look like this? I mean, this is not, but we always say to people, you don't live, when your house is on the market, you don't live a normal life. You know, it's you're marketing it, and it has to appear. When a buyer comes in, you get one opportunity to show them the house, and if it doesn't look good at that time, there's not a very good chance that they're going to come back. So it's very important, and it is hard, and I don't think that people are going to be putting their homes on the market unless there is a good serious reason to move. I think we may not have the inventory that we normally have. There are homes that are on now that have been radically reduced, and they will sell. It's just that it has been taking a longer time to sell them. And as far as the buyers, I can see where they're coming from. I have a number of buyers that are, it's a little bit like the stock market. You know, you want to buy low and hope that you're there when it's high, but we don't always know when we really are at our lowest point.
I would think market timing is almost impossible in an area like this. And
it is.
Realistically, whoever buys in Winnetka is not looking to move in 2 or 3 years and make a quick killing. They're here pretty much for life.
They're here, again, referring to this couple, we want to stay for 20 years. His business is here.
Sure.